What's going on, everyone? It's your man, Ray True Life, back with another great conversation. Welcome to the Herfador Lounge, where we sip what we like, we smoke what we enjoy, and we fellowship. My guest tonight is a businessman, a family man, and a family businessman. We'll talk about that a little bit later. He's doing it right, folks. The whole family has a business, creating generational wealth. That's what we talk about. His cigars are a thing of beauty, from the construction to the flavor profiles. You definitely got to get your hands on these. Herfador family, please put some claps in the comments and show some love for the owner of Don Cierto CIgars, Mr. Charlos Resino.
What's up? How y'all doing, man? Hey, why you said a little intro, man? That make you feel good hearing you start saying stuff about it like that, man. That's new for me, baby.
Hey man, I try to make it good for everybody. Try to make it good for everybody. So well, I'm gonna be smoking. Oh, the whole label came off. I'm gonna be smoking the one of Don Cierto cigars right here. I got the Don Raven right here. So I'm gonna be smoking this, and I'm pairing this with some Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. Mr. Resno, what you smoking on over there?
so, so actually, just by coincidence, we smoking on the same thing. I'm
See,
on,
great
I'm on the,
minds.
I'm on the Don Raven too, man. Just fired this boy up, and I'm pairing it with some Martell VS.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the straight. I got some coke up in here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like mine neat, so
Okay.
I go
Yeah, I
with
got
mine
mine the
neat.
same way. Yeah.
So
I
how
got a
long you been
lot.
smoking cigars?
So just real quick, I'm gonna give you a heads up. I'm out in the garage. Fam just came back from the store, so you might hear a little background. But,
That's
but
cool.
I started in 2010. Man, was the first time when I actually had a real, you know what I'm saying, cigar. We had took a trip. We went to Vegas, and while we was out there on the strip, my brother was out there hand rolling the cigar. So I'm like, I try one because I was already smoking blacks and stuff. So
Yeah.
I tried one, and man, I don't know what it was. Because there wasn't no band on it. He was hand rolling right there. But I fell in love from that point, man. So really,
Right,
like
right.
from 2010, every now and then I dib and dabble a little bit, and
Hmm.
then I guess around 2014, 2015 is when I really started just smoking. You know what I'm saying, on the regular.
So your first introduction into the cigar world was a hand rolled cigar.
Yeah.
Not many people can say that. Most people say, they go with they smoke a Rocky Patel, something they can't remember. That was me. I can't remember which one it was.
Right, right,
Or
right.
they start with the flavored cigars, but you jump right to the hand roll.
Yeah,
That's different. That's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
What was it that enticed you about cigars? What got you smoking cigars on a
I
more
don't know,
regular
man.
basis?
Like I said, I just tried it, just doing something because I was there, and it was just good. And I can't even describe the way it was good, but it was just good to me, and just the way I felt while we was walking down the strip. I'm drinking, I'm sipping on something while we walking, and just a good feeling, man. And I just stuck with it. I do remember this. The first one that I went and bought from a cigar shop was actually a infusion. It was a Gurkha. I think it was I want to say cognac, but I'm not for sure about that. But I know it was
Hmm.
infused with it like bourbon or yak or whiskey or something. It was a Gurkha. I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on the infused that much. I've recently had an infused cigar, and it was pretty good. So it was damn good. So I'm starting to open my mind a little bit more to the infused cigars. So Don Cierto cigars. How many different types of cigars do you offer?
So right now I got 10. I got 10 blends, actually 11. So I just introduced. I got some cigarillos that I'm doing now. I
Hmm.
have cinnamon and unflavored cigarillos. But actually, other than that, I
Wow.
have 10. I have five that's infused from vanilla, whiskey, coffee liqueur, aged cognac, spiced rum, and then I
Mm.
have five non-flavored. I have my my white label is Connecticut, Mild. I have barber poles. My barber poles come in two sizes, Robusto and Gordo. And then I have my Super Correte, which is a medium to full body. And I have
Uh-huh.
two Maduros, where we're smoking the Don Raven, and my box press Torpedo, I call it the smoke.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. I wanted to save one of them for the show, but I wound up smoking them. So let's talk about the name because it's a unique name, Don Cierto Cigars. So where the name come from? What's the meaning behind that?
So Cierto, Cierto is Spanish, and it means truth, right? So it's like a way of saying, Don is Mister or Sir or the, uh, truth, and that's why my catch is the big chief of cigar, the truth.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
smoke it, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be something that you like, whether it's one of the flavors or one of the mild, medium body, or full body. You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, and they definitely the truth. Like I said, y'all got to get your hands on some Don Cierto cigars. So let's talk about this the one we smoking right now. So what was the inspiration behind this cigar?
So this is the first Maduro that I did. Um, Kind of like you said earlier, I'm not really big on flavors on the infused
Hmm.
either, right? Uh, and when I first started, I was influenced, and I guess I graduated, from that. And really, I don't even like flavored drinks. You know what I'm saying? I just like my stuff. I have a flavored margarita sometimes, as long as it's not too sweet. But I'm just not big on the flavor
Right, right.
cigar. But I wanted something that was real bold and strong, but still smooth. And I was looking at uh, different types of Maduro leaves, that I could use for this. And I went with Oscuro, which is, and that's why I call it, I chose to call it the Don Raven, um, because it's so the tobaccos in this, the wrapper is a USA dark Connecticut,
Hmm.
and it's seldom that you see these. I haven't
Right.
I haven't really seen many of them with that dark Connecticut like this Maduro. And then the binder and filler is a combination of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan tobacco.
Hmm.
So it gives it a good mixture and a blend um, all together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
And the flavor profile of this thing is amazing. You know, you get the spice, you get the chocolate, you get check it out for yourself. The flavor profile is on point. You know. So how long you been in business, Don Cierto Cigars?
4 years now, man. 4 years, had a couple of hiccups here and there, things I had to
Hmm.
try to work through, but it's picking up more now than what it was at first. It started
Right.
rolling, starting to kind of spread around, getting more chops, and because that's my goal overall to open up my lounge. But
Mm.
right now I'm just pushing, trying to get as many shops as I possibly can. So when I do open my lounge, it's not like something brand new that nobody's heard of. The
Right.
word is
Right.
already out. I already got people following. So,
Yeah, man. And speaking of that, you getting out and you showing up at all different types of pop ups and uh, I've been following you since I met you at the Black Cigar Festival in Houston.
right.
Um, like I said, you always doing pop ups. You always at an event. You always somewhere. So how important is that to you to reach out to the people?
It's real important, man, because I'm gonna say like this industry, it's like and I know you know this too, and your viewers, that it's a lot of people that's just starting to get into cigars. And when I'm at these pop ups, a lot of times they'll come to me and they just sort of ask me questions. I had a guy yesterday. I was out there on West Time at a market, and a guy was telling me he came up and he actually held my line up, but I wasn't really tripping. We talked for almost 10 minutes. He was just asking me a bunch of questions about cigars and about tobacco and about business and stuff. And then like right at the end, he told me, he said, "I don't even smoke, man. I just want to talk to you." And I was like, God, dog, you holding up my line, to myself, like you holding up my line. But I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed spreading the knowledge that I done got from it and sharing it with other people that's curious about it. You know what I'm saying? And the pop-ups has been big for me because even when I do these pop-ups, I'm always meeting people. I'm meeting people because one thing I'm big on is connection. You know what I'm saying? You meet people, you treat them like the way you want to be treated. You never know who that person is or who that person knows. You know what I'm saying? They can get you through the door you need to get in. So I always try to make sure that I'm straight up with people, I'm honest with people, and I treat them with utmost respect because I demand that same respect. Man. So pop-up is really big.
Yeah, man, and piggybacking off of the way you treat people and how you feel about that. When I tried to order some cigars online and I had an issue, it was with my PayPal, not his system. It was mine. Because I had just recently switched to a business account and I had to do verifications and all this other shit. But ultimately, he pulled up to the house and delivered the cigars himself. How important is that level of customer service to you?
Well, that's something that I try to do to kind of separate myself from some of the bigger companies. You know what I'm saying? If you want, like you said, a Rocky Patel, or if you want any of the big brands, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nobody's gonna pull up to your house.
Right.
I'll do it either way. Either I pull up to your crib, or we can meet up somewhere in between if it's pretty far or whatever. I want to make sure you get smoked. I know how important smoking is to me.
Yeah.
It ain't raining hard over here now, but it's wet, a little muggy. You and your partners, y'all sitting in the backyard or in the garage, or whatever. Y'all want to smoke, and y'all drinking and don't want to get out and take that chance driving. Hit me up and I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up and bring it to your door.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's amazing. A lot of people don't have that same level of customer service. They don't have that same mentality.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. Customer service will get you a long way too, man.
Oh yeah.
You can have I'm sorry, you can have a whatever your product is. It might not be top notch, but it can be okay. You know what I'm saying? You can have a good product, but if your customer service is good, then people will rather deal with you, spend their money with you, than spend their money with somebody that got a great product but BS customer service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Like you see these videos online of like the ladies going to these nail shops and these people treating them like shit, but they still go back to the nail shops. If people have horrible customer service, you don't need to be there. Get up, go find somebody that wants you to spend your money with them. That appreciates you spending your money with them.
Right. I'm trying to get my light back on.
Oh no, it's no problem. It's no problem.
Right.
So on your Instagram, it says that you offer cigar 101 sessions. What exactly is a cigar 101 session?
So I do private events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a birthday party, if it's a wedding, or just whatever, whatever type of event you want to have, I do private events, and I can just come and just set up and just sell cigars, or I can do like a one-on-one cut and light where I'm teaching you and showing you about the cigars and how you supposed to cut it, where you cut it at, because some people don't know there's a cap on the top. You don't want to go past that line, you know what I'm saying, or it's gonna start to slowly unravel while you smoke it. Some people don't know that you can have more than one type of cut. You don't have to always do the full cut if you don't want a full draw. You can do a punch, or you can do a V cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then some people don't know about the foot. Toasting the foot. Not that you have to do that. That's what I like to do. I toast my foot, and I like to blow before I actually light it. I like to blow through it to make sure all that butane ain't caught up in my tobacco. When I tell them about that, they be like, "What?" And then a while back, I had heard or read or something. I don't remember where I got the information from, but about the difference from using a torch and using a cigarette lighter, right? But I had never tried it because I always kept a torch. One day, I went to meet one of my partners. One of my partners was back in the day, and talking while we was at the gas station, and I left my cigar on the back of the truck. So when I went back to get it, it went out, and I was like, "Say, man, I didn't have my torch. It went out too." So I used a cigarette lighter to light it, and I noticed the difference. You know what I'm saying? I actually noticed the difference. I was like, "Dang, that's true, man." Because that lighter fluid just changed the whole taste of the tobacco.
It does. You know, I watched. I forget exactly who it was on YouTube. They showed they did a taste test on the difference between using a butane and a cigarette lighter, like a regular big lighter. Um, they said that they could taste the fuel, so I had to try it myself, and you can definitely taste
Yeah.
the lighter fluid that's used in the big lighter. This
Right.
is not to say that soft flame lighters are bad, because there are clean burning soft flame lighters, but you know, you definitely have to use clean fuel in order to get, because you want all the flavors of the tobacco, you know. And when you said blowing through it, I saw that on another YouTube channel, because I wasn't doing it for a while. I saw it on another YouTube channel. I forget which one it was. Um, he lit the cigar and he blew through it, and he said, you know, you're blowing out all the stale smoke, all of the you know, you don't get any carbon flavor when you go back and pour the cigars. And I tried it, and I was like, man, this is the only way that I'm lighting cigars from now on,
Right.
you know. So
Yeah.
it's great that you offer those sessions, because a lot of people want to get into smoking cigars, they want to start smoking cigars, they want to smoke a cigar, and they don't know how to light it or anything. And a lot of people aren't doing that. I mean, you can go on YouTube and find it, but for you to be the guy selling the cigars and showing them how to do it, that's not, you know, a lot of people don't do that. You know?
Right. Right. You
So
know,
so oh, go ahead.
now I was just gonna say, a lot of times when I talk to people, especially like at pop-up and stuff, when I talk to people that just getting into cigars or just want to start trying them again, they tried them when they was like, a teen at like 18, 19 or early 20s, and they always say, man, I had a bad experience with this cigar. Well, it's several different reasons why they could have been. Yeah, one, the cigar could have been dried out, or it could have been just maybe it was zero and it was too strong for you starting out, or
Hmm.
maybe just the whole way you went about, you know what I'm saying, trying to smoke it was wrong. And I'm not saying that it's a certain type of way that you got to do it, but then uh, a lot of people don't know that if you don't want to smoke it too fast, like people smoke cigarettes, because you don't want to overheat your tobacco. You want to take your
Right.
time with it. You know what I'm saying? You want a nice slow burn and take your time with it, because if sometimes in that, if you smoke it too fast in that uh, second or third um, part of the cigar, you'll be able to, it'll start to taste not really dry, but it's like a burning taste. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
that you get that burnt carbon.
yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. That's why you
Right.
want to take your time and just, take light pulls. Every now and then you want to pull hard, that's cool to blow some smoke, but just light pulls and just take your time with it. You don't have to rush it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I did a little bit of digging. That's my job. So and I see that you also have Space City Rentals, and that you credit your young entrepreneurs with this one. So, leader question: is this your business or theirs?
So it's there. I have two sons. We have two sons, Carlos Jr. and Cameron, and we started this over the summer to kind of, you know, uh, I don't just start teaching them about working for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Making money
Yeah.
for yourself. Being taking taking ownership of of something that's yours and building with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So right now, me and my wife do the majority of, well, we do like 98% of the work, right? Because she takes all the she does all the online stuff, like
Hmm.
promoting it. She does all the promotion, and because she got a lot of other stuff that she does too, and she's real good with social media. So she even teaches a social media class, teaching people how to you know run a business off of social media. And so yeah, so she does all the promotions. She takes all the sends out our contracts and stuff for the business, and then I do the delivery. Now sometimes we'll all go as a family. It just depends on what time it is, what's going
Right.
on.
Right.
Everybody can go, we all go. And my oldest son would help a little bit, like when it's something that's chairs, a table, or pushing the cart. You know what I'm saying? I still help him a little bit. We'll help. But like if we're at an event, because we got cotton candy machine, popcorn,
Hmm.
they help with that. They know how to work that. so they can
Oh,
they just they'll do that
yeah.
and taking the money, greeting the customers, being polite, just that type of stuff. Teach them how to do that. They can do all that. So yeah, man, it's just something we just doing to kind of start teaching them, putting it in their head now that you don't have to do what we was taught as far as you got to get a job, get your good job, work hard on your job, work there 25 years and retire. That you don't actually have to do it.
Right.
There's other ways.
Yeah, man. How important is that for you to include them and show them the entrepreneurial lifestyle?
And it's really important because I wish that I would have took the route at a younger age. You know what I'm saying? My thing was like I was saying, the way I was taught, get you a good job and bust your ass to work your way to the top. That's what I've always done. You know what I'm saying? And but I learned I learned this at a company I worked with. It was two companies, two separate companies, sharing a warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they eventually came together. They sold the same product but different types. Like one was
Uh-huh.
it was a stainless steel company. One had all stainless steel, and the other one had all carbon. So that's what it different.
Yeah.
But when they tried to do a takeover, and each one was trying to take over the other one, and the one that I worked for was the carbon side, and they ended up taking over the stainless steel side. But the top guy that was over the
Uh-huh.
stainless steel side, when he was out, like the business kept on moving. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if
Yeah.
you the person that come in and clean the molds, clean the bathroom, or if you the top man and your signature's on all the checks, you can be replaced. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No matter
Yeah.
how valuable you are to a company, you can always be replaced. You might not be at the same level. The person that replaced you might not be as good as you, but you can be replaced to keep that company
Yeah.
moving. So if I felt like if I was that, if I could be that, if he's that disposable for this company, I know I was disposable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless of how much I know, how good I was. So that's when I kind of really said I need to start working on getting my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So what is it that led you to start Don Cierto Cigars?
Me and a partner of mine, man, stop. We used to like after work, we used to we grew up together. We stayed like maybe 5 miles away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Grew up in the country together, and both ended up moving down here out of Roosevelt. Well, anyway, after work, I'm at his crib, we in the garage smoking and drinking, or we at my house in the garage on the patio smoking and drinking, whatever. And just talking, just talking about different stuff. And I was telling him, like, not really a plan that I had, just an idea. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
man, I wouldn't mind having because I like going to lounges and hanging out. Cigar lounges and hanging out.
Right.
And I was like, I wouldn't mind having my own cigar. He's like, yeah. He's like, man, me too. I'm like, man, go on. And just from us talking about and sharing thoughts that I had been keeping to myself, about things that I wouldn't mind doing, not that I had a plan to do it, and
Yeah.
him sharing his vision with me, just talking, and he's like, man, let's do it. So that's really how. Well, actually, not with the cigar part, what I'm doing now, because we was talking about the lounge when I started doing my research, and I see
Mm-hmm.
overhead. So that's when I was like, well, maybe I can to go this route with cigar, get the name out, and that way when we do start the lounge, people we already have a
Yeah.
following. But it didn't end up working out, man, because we had two separate visions, and then you got people that have jobs and people that have careers.
Yeah.
Partner, he had a career, and his focus was on his career, which and that's understandable.
Right. Right.
Doing good. But my focus, I had a job. You know what I'm saying? And my
Yeah.
focus wasn't
Yeah.
on that job. My focus was on what I wanted to feel, what I wanted to feel. So at my day, so 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 yeah, man. So uh, So we end up, splitting up doing it. I took over business and I've been pushing. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing ever since.
That was up to have a dream and make it a reality. A
Right?
lot of people don't do that. A lot of people got dreams, but they wind up letting it fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? So how important was it for you to chase that dream?
Real important, man. Because so even before that, man. So I'm gonna share this with y'all. I know I'm gonna share this. So I did some time, right? And even while I was on lock, I was saying that uh I wanted to have my own business, but it wasn't. I wasn't talking about cigars at the time. I was thinking about like a little soul food cafe or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I like to cook too. But
That's not on Instagram. You got to put that on Instagram too.
uh,
I didn't see
you didn't
that.
get all your research, huh?
I couldn't find that. I ain't see that. I
Yeah,
must ain't go that far back.
yeah. No, ain't none of that on Instagram. Ain't none of that on. But yeah, man. Uh. So yeah, so I always kind of, wanted to do that because I look back and I look at my family and other, people families that I'm close with, not even, the family. Like my grandparents worked up until they retired, and they was, in the 60s and they retired, and even after they retired, they both ended up going back to get part-time jobs. You know what I'm talking
Wow.
about? And
Yeah. Yeah.
I got another partner of mine. This was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. His mother-in-law had retired, right?
Uh-huh.
And they had this big thing for, the company threw this big thing for retired, and she had been there. I want to, I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say it was like around 40 something years, you know.
Mm.
And that's a great accomplishment, no doubt, praise and blessings
Yeah.
to her for that. But then my thought pattern is, I didn't help build it. If I didn't work for 40 years, I didn't help build this company. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I have no type of, I mean, I don't know what she has, but I'm just saying, to have no type of ownership in that company, and I didn't help build it over the past 40 years, that's,
Yeah.
it's not, to me, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, my, my mentality is, a lot of people might not agree with this, but my mentality is, I would rather be my own boss, or, and and get by okay. You know what I'm saying? I can pay all my bills. Everybody got food to eat. We good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
not be. We might not be traveling the country every other month, but we
Right.
good. Rather than busting my butt for making somebody else rich, even though I might be able to do a lot more stuff because I got guaranteed money coming weekly or monthly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I kind of look at
But you also creating generational wealth. You know what I mean?
it. Yeah,
Teaching the kids to be businessmen and to work for themselves, and you not only teaching them through their business, but showing them with your own, showing
right.
them great customer service, and teaching them great customer service. You know that generational wealth is extremely important because in our culture, like you said, it was find you a good job, find you a good job, and you stay at that good job. You know, and coming up on this new generation, I you see that this the generation of fuck that job.
Yeah,
They go, oh, you say what? I'm out.
yeah,
Move on
right.
to the next one. Because like there's jobs and there's careers. You can move from job to job to job to job. Once you find a career, that's definitely something that you focus on. But does that job or career, will that create generational wealth? Once you stop working that job or that career, what's next? Like what do you have for your kids and for their kids? If it's nothing, then I mean, what really did I mean? You provided, but you didn't. You know what I mean? You didn't create any kind of generational wealth, and that's something that in our community we don't do a lot is create that generational wealth.
But we
You
don't.
know,
I feel like we don't do that because we hadn't been taught that. That's not what we've been taught. We do what we've been
definitely.
taught. What we've been taught
Yeah.
is graduate from high school, try to get you a scholarship, or if it's academic or sports related, get you a scholarship to college, and then you
Yeah,
can go from college to job. But on the job, anything can happen. Job is not
exactly,
guaranteed.
exactly.
You can go to that same job that you've been at 5 to 10 years, all kind of degrees, hurt yourself. However, what I'm saying, get hurt, and then you might get some type of settlement, but then that's a wrap. You
And
know,
it's over. You
yeah,
know, it's over. But I love what you're doing because you're teaching your kids that, excuse me, you're teaching your children that you don't have to be a rapper, an athlete. You know what I mean? To make it, you're showing them a whole different way that a lot of kids aren't shown. The younger generation, that generation isn't shown that. They want it now because social media has shortened everybody's attention span. Everybody got the popcorn mentality. They want it right now. But you're showing them that you put in this work, and this will work for you forever.
yeah.
You know, and I love that. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate
So with Don Cierto Cigars, what were some of the obstacles that you faced in starting your business?
it. I guess trying to jump out there too fast in the beginning, not really knowing all the things I need to know as far as business. You know what I'm saying? As far as taxes, uh, uh, going about filing my LLC, uh, that, and I also ran into an obstacle, like I said, when me and my business partner split. I had to get the paperwork done and get that changed up where he wasn't a part of it. And even now, I'm still in the middle of something because when I so last year when I made the changes, I had my wife type it up, right? Um,
Hmm.
and because she's accustomed to when she writes my name, she put Junior because my 8-year-old is Junior. So it said when it came back as Junior on the paper. So right now I'm in the process of getting that to be correct
Ah,
as Senior, so I can go into other things that I can't do right now.
right, right, right.
So yeah, not only that, but I guess dealing with dealing with other companies because uh, I'm considered a boutique brand. You know what I'm saying? When
Hmm.
I go to these other businesses, I normally like cigar spots. I take them some samples and I try to give them a nice variety. Like I said, I got 10 fans, so I give them a nice variety of what I got. And what I say is, hey, here's something for you or your business partner to try, or this is one I would prefer they do, but it's on them. Uh, some free samples you can give to your customers. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because I feel
right.
like regardless if you like them or not, if your customers like them, they say, oh, I buy this, you
Yeah,
give them a stock.
exactly,
But
exactly.
that's been the hardest because I've been reaching out to local and not spots that's not local. A lot of times I won't hear nothing back. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I go to spots and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something." But when I do my follow up, it's always the same story. So that was something that is hard for me to get past because I'm the type of person like I'm gonna be straight up with you, and I want people to always be straight up with me. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah,
like the first time you got my sticks, you get them. Like man, I'm gonna let you know what they like. I'm gonna let you know. I'm like okay, cool. And then we run into each other again. I'm like, hey, what you saying? Like man, it was kind of dry, or man, I cracked. Really didn't like it, or wasn't broke. Be straight up. If that's what it is, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
But I just don't like when people give me a runaround. Don't have me keep coming back doing my follow up if you know you're not gonna do business. I can
Exactly,
help. I can
exactly.
finesse it. Help. So basically, those are I guess, the biggest obstacles. But overall, it was good for me because at one point it was starting to beat on me, man. Because it's hard for me to relate to why people wouldn't just be straight up and just say, or even if it's not the cigar, if my prices are too high, if you feel like my
Hmm.
wholesale prices are too high, you don't want to pay that much for a boutique. Like, it's a decent cigar, man, but I can't pay that. Okay, say that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here things are starting to roll now. I'm getting in more shops every week, so it's getting better. I think the thing is I don't know how to say this.
Just
Like
say it.
we're gonna always run into obstacles in whatever we trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're on a
Yeah.
job or you're doing your own business or you're going to school or whatever it is, it's gonna be obstacles. We have to learn to push through them. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad because you say you don't like my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, you don't like
Right.
it. All right, I appreciate it. Shake your hand. I appreciate you, brother, and I'm gonna move on. I gotta keep pushing because just because you don't, there's a whole bunch of more that will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that's what I've been doing. And you know, doors are starting to open for me.
Yeah, man. How did you get to that point where you were able to just keep pushing through? How'd you overcome those obstacles?
I can't be mad at you because you don't like because you don't like lemonade. I'm over here making lemonade and you talking about it ain't sweet enough or it tastes too much like lemon. Well, it's lemonade. It's supposed to taste like
Yeah.
lemon.
Yeah.
But I can't be mad at you because you don't like the way lemon tastes. So I got to get
Right.
over that and go on to the next one. And that's just basically what it is. I was listening to something. I actually used this on a reel that I posted last week. And this kind of goes good with what I was dealing with, what we're talking about right now. Is Steve Harvey was saying, uh, you mad because somebody won't loan you some money. He said that's just dirt. He said you mad because your mama died. That's just dirt. You mad because people don't want to accept you in their little clique, their group. That's
Yeah.
just dirt. He said it's dirt ain't nothing but fertilizer. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then
Wow.
he went on. He said some more stuff, and this was there recently when I heard this. This was like last week when I heard this. But that kind of went with what I was just telling you I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was mad not because they didn't want my product. I wasn't mad about that because that's their business. They got that right. I was mad because they wouldn't be straight up with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Um, and and I had and that kind of gave it more perspective for me. Like, can't be, you know, I got to move on. I got to do what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I can stay
Exactly.
over here and be mad and stop going to these other spots that I haven't even tried yet because I feel like, oh, they ain't gonna get back to me. They ain't gonna contact me. I don't sent
Yeah.
maybe like 4 or 5, maybe like 3 or 4 different shops that not in Texas. I done sent stuff to like the sample packs too, and
Uh-huh.
they didn't even reach out. I mean, they didn't even reach back with like I reached out to them. I was like, hey, how you doing? I introduced myself, my brand. Like, man, I love to send y'all some samples, see if I can get it on your shelves. And they be like, yeah. Let me send the address. You know what I mean? So I ship them, and never heard nothing back. I try to reach back out, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that was messing with me. But I had
Yeah.
to get over that, man, because everybody not like me, just like everybody ain't like you, just like everybody not like the people listening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But basically, that's just how I got over.
Yeah. That's just
That,
fertilizer.
yeah. That was deep what that boy said, man.
Yeah, man.
Fertilizer
That
gonna do
I
nothing but help
like
you to
that.
grow. Yeah.
That's just fertilizer. Use it to grow. Use it and move on and grow and get bigger and better. You know.
hmm
What sacrifices have you had to make in pursuit of building your company?
So in uh in 2018, I resigned from my job, right?
Hmm.
Because I was putting in a bunch of hours and I was missing out on a lot that I wasn't able to do that I felt like at the time I needed to be doing to be promoting my brand, right?
Right.
I felt like as long as I'm doing what I'm doing now for the job, I wasn't gonna ever be able to push it to that next level,
Yeah.
get it where I want to be. So, but a month after I resigned from the job, my back went out.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like in the bed for a whole month. Couldn't even get out
Dang.
the bed, bro. Like
Woo.
it was rough, man. It was like that was probably one of, if not the lowest moments I ever had. I remember my son, my youngest son, I guess he's 2. He had like a low fever, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have a real high fever, but he had a low
Uh huh.
fever. So uh we wasn't gonna my wife wasn't gonna take him to daycare. So I was like, you just stay here with me. You know, he's not feeling good, just lay in the bed with me, right? Because I'm in the bed.
Yeah.
And so before she had left a lot of snacks on the nightstand for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh
I couldn't get to the kitchen. But say, man, that boy woke up and went through them so fast. And
huh.
hey, later on, he was like, he was hungry, and I was like, oh, man. And I had to try, I ain't trying to get off subject, but I'm gonna say this real quick. And I had to try to, I told him, I said, give me a minute, and I'm gonna, try to go make the kitchen. And I couldn't make it. Well, first, when I got out the bed, I got out the bed wrong, and I collapsed on the floor, right? And
Wow.
I'm hanging. He's just looking at me like, what you waiting on? And I was just like, just hold on, please. And I laid on the floor for like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. And finally, I was able to make it to the kitchen. I got him what he needed. I had to push through that pain and make it back through the rough. I don't know if you ever had back problems. Anybody, that's like the worst. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That breaks it down. So anyway, and I feel like I got a pretty high tolerance too. But anyway, uh, so that was like a rough obstacle that I dealt with because I had, like I said, I just resigned from my job, so I didn't have no insurance. It's been a month. You know what I'm saying? So I had insurance. I called them. They was like, "Oh, that's already counted." So I was out of there, man.
Damn. Yeah, I know I know a thing or two about back problems. I've been struggling with back problems for quite some time. It's been days I couldn't get out the bed, I could barely walk, all of that stuff. I know the pain of back problems. When your back go out,
Nah,
it feel like it's over. It feel like
that's
it's
like
over.
that's like back when the boys had them kill switches on their car, put their kill switch.
Yeah, that's the kill switch. That back go out, it's over. You ain't trying to do nothing. You can't do nothing. But for you to push through that pain, and get up and do what you needed to do, that shows a lot of strength. Which I'm sure translates into the way that you hustle for your business because I see you everywhere and I see you hustling for it. You know, um, and that's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So, how has entrepreneurship changed your life?
It changed my thought process. I don't feel like it's really changed my life, but it changed the way I think, bro. It changed
Hmm.
like and this might be hard for me to explain too, but I don't think the way that I used to, as far as feeling like uh, I need to get up and go to work. And I'm not knocking nobody to work because I understand we got to do what we got to do to pay the bills, provide for
Yeah.
the family. So I'm not knocking nobody, but I just feel like uh, it just made me think different as far as taking that route because I look at how I used to put in some days on my own because where I was at one point, they didn't really trip about the OT. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
OT where that's where you get the big bread at on that overtime.
Yeah.
And me and a couple of my partners that I was working with, we'd be competing. So at 6 o'clock,
See who can get the most.
what? 6 o'clock, we talking about that's what time we got off. I'm like, what you gonna do? I'm gonna about another hour. Okay, cool. We still grinding, right? But we working
Hmm.
while we there, you know what I mean? We still grinding.
Yeah.
And then it's almost 7. My boy comes to me. I'm like, you ready? I'm gonna do another 30. Like we did. I'm gonna do another 30. So then we just go. Sometimes it be like 10 o'clock before we leave. You know what I'm saying? But we right back up at it the next day. So when you look at that, coming in on Saturdays, you know what I'm saying, working 8 to 10 hours on a Saturday, and you look at that, and then
Uh-huh.
now I got my business. How can I be like, well, it's Saturday, I'm gonna sleep in today. I've been grinding all week. I'm gonna sleep in today.
Right.
Or I stay up late Friday night doing stuff and or drinking or whatever. I'm smoking cigars and drinking. I stay up Friday night doing that. But Saturday, I'm like, I'm gonna lay in. I got to get up and go get it. I was doing it for
Yeah.
them. How come I can't do it for me?
For
You
me,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And it's even more powerful to do it for yourself
yeah,
than worrying about doing it for them. You making the money for yourself. You're not
right.
before you was making them rich.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're doing it for yourself. That's all the more important. And like you said, like we said earlier, you're showing your children. If you do this and you done jump completely out the window on this, you can't hit that ground. You got to
Yeah,
keep flying.
got got
You got to keep flying. And that's what a lot of people don't do when they start a business. They try to take their time. Sometimes you just got to go with it. If it's something you want to do, sometimes you just got to go with it.
sometimes the money might not be lined up, man, the way you want it. It's lined up. It just ain't lined up the way we want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes you gotta say, I know what I gotta do. I know what I need to do, and just take the chance to do
Exactly. Yeah.
it. And to do that, you gotta stay with it to make it happen. Because for some people it might happen overnight. Some people it might not. But you gotta stay focused and keep pushing at it
Yeah.
and make it happen.
Yeah, man. You got to put that work in. You got to make it happen. Because if when you working on your own, if you don't make it happen, then ain't nobody else gonna do it for you.
Ain't nothing coming
You
in.
know.
If you don't make it happen, ain't nothing coming in. And then I think it's all about the mindset too, man. Not just the work ethic. It's about the mindset because I feel like if you starting your business and you got a full-time job, easier for you to smack on your business because you know I got my job that's gonna cover. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Job is what you're paying your bills with. Business is
Yeah.
what you're just trying to get off the ground and get it going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you ain't got that safety net, then you gotta get up and you gotta find that cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
You
get
got
that.
to make it happen. You got to make it happen. You know. So, what has been the best part of your journey?
I think people, man. I think just talking to people, meeting people, uh, conversating with people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, getting their thoughts, their ideas, them sharing, uh, stuff that they went through. If it's business or if it's cigar, if it's just stuff in life, just life in general. Sometimes I'll be having a conversation with somebody. It'll start out behind one of these cigars,
Uh huh.
but it'll end up becoming a personal conversation.
Yeah.
They might
Yeah.
say something about one of their family members, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? And then it might recollect something that I went through, and then and I share my story, and then it's a slow bond that's starting, you know what I'm saying, to come from that.
Yeah.
So and what's crazy about that is I'm really not a people person. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of an introvert. I like, I can chill by myself, like during the pandemic when everybody, well, that was good to me.
I'm in the house. I'm good. I ain't got to worry about no
I ain't got to be
people.
around nobody. Ain't got to, man, that was good to me, man. Even though, I hate all that happening, deaths and all that, but I was kind of sad that everything was open back up, just as far as, you know, having to be back
Yeah.
out and go back to doing it. But then, on the flip side, it was, that's best. Like this month. But that was like a mini vacation for me.
which is strange because, like I said, I see you everywhere. Seem like every little pop up shop and every event, you everywhere. So for you to just be out and about and around people, to hear you say that you're an introvert, you're not a people person. It's kind of a contradiction. I think you becoming a people person.
I think I know how to adjust. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
I know how to switch it up. Like it's kind of like growing up when I was a teenager. Like uh, my grandparents brought me up, but and my mom was super strict. Well, a little
Yeah.
lenient, not super strict, but on discipline and respect, strict like that. What I'm
Right.
saying. And but when I'm with the fellas, I'm cussing and drinking and I'm filing and I'm doing all kinds of stuff. But when I'm
Yeah.
back at the crib, I'm doing all the right stuff. So, you know, what to do, when to, and when to do it, and how to do it.
Right.
So
Right.
it's kind of like that. When I'm at home with the fam, I chill with the fam, play with the boys, we do stuff. And then I'm a lot of times, if we got company, like my girl, like some of her friends come over and they hanging out, I'm in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
out here in the garage while they doing their thing. Uh, I'm
As you
doing my
should be. You don't want to be around all them women.
yeah, serving. And then look, watch this. And she be like, when they do like couple stuff, I do it sometimes. But then I'm a lot older, man, and my wife is 10 years under me, so her friends
Mm.
are in that age and young, and then some are like younger than her. So
Uh-huh.
they cool, you know what I'm saying? But we just on different stuff because of the age gap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the same age gap. But yeah, a lot of times I'll go ahead to y'all. But
So what are two of your most important principles in either life or business?
so in life, man, and this is what I'm always telling my son, especially my 8-year-old, really focus. don't lie to me and don't steal. Right? Those are the things that I cannot do. Don't lie to me and don't steal. I don't know, as far as business, man. I guess uh, just stay motivated. Got to
Yeah.
stay motivated and stay focused. And excuse me, it's gonna be a lot of no's. You know, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I've witnessed, seen that.
Yeah.
I know. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them know. I worked in sales for like not long, like 6, 7 months. And it started out good. Like I don't know what it was, but I started out, I was on it.
Yeah.
You know, it started to kind of trickle down. Nose was hitting me. God, dog, I couldn't understand like what happened. I started out good, but anyway, that's gonna come. The nose gonna come. The dude, I said that about the sales because the dude that I worked for, supervisor, he used to tell me, he said 7 no's. It takes 7 no's before you get, on average, it takes 7 no's before you get your yes. You know what I'm saying? So if you, because we
Yeah.
used to do a cold calling too, and he was like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you ain't got a yes, how many no's you got? You got 7? No, I got 5. So you need to keep calling.
Yeah.
Even if you go over 7, you keep calling. You're gonna get a
Keep
yes.
going. Yeah. Yeah. That's something else we got in common, man. I was in sales. I sold gym memberships. And I heard that same thing. It's going to take 7 no's before you get a yes. Sometimes it's going to take 21 no's
Right.
before you get a yes. But sometimes that one yes will make up for all of that. You know what I mean? It make up when you get a yes. It make up for all that. You know, they say yes, you yes. Make up for all that.
You walking in the office, dog, looking different when you
Happy,
walk
yeah. I look what I done sold. You
right?
sold all that. I sold all that. So, what advice would you give to anyone who is starting or thinking about starting a business?
Do your research. Do
Oh
your
yeah,
research.
big, big.
Do your research. Know what you're getting into. Do your research, and not just your online research. Talk to people. Go to, like, whatever type of business you want to get into. Go to those businesses and see if you can catch a manager, or can't catch one. You want to catch the owner, but if you can't catch the owner, try to catch the manager or supervisor. Somebody, if they're a manager or supervisor, hopefully they've been there for a while, been in that industry for a while.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll help you out. Some people not going to help you, but
right.
they might feel like they're going to be some type of competition. I remember I was talking to one gentleman that owns a cigar spot, and I told him, I said, well, my overall, he was like, what made you get into cigars? And I said, well, my overall goal is to have a cigar business. He was like, oh yeah, where about? Oh yeah, where at? And I was like, I don't know right now. I said, right now I live in Disneyland. So, you know, it depends
Know
on
what
where
that
I'm living
question
at
meant?
the time. I want to be close by where I stay.
Yeah,
You know, at least 15, 20 minutes where I stay.
right.
I said, I don't know right now. Like, okay. But to me, in his head, he was thinking that I might want to be competition if I was somewhere close to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, but you might not get the information you need from everybody. You might not get any information. Some people you go, but keep doing that. Get as much information as you can before you jump out. So, follow up.
yeah, man. That research is big, and that's one thing about the cigar community that I like and I love is there's enough cigars for everybody. You know what I mean? And out here where I live in Fresno, there's really no cigar spots out here, but they got some in Missouri City up on Highway 6, and they're, real close to each other. I'm talking maybe 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But you're gonna have, and that's that. I don't understand when, if I want to open up a cigar spot, why are you worried about me taking your customers? It got to be
Right,
something you ain't doing right.
right,
You know what I mean? Because if most people are loyal to their cigar line, they're gonna go here, and that's the only place they're gonna go. They might go try some others, but they're gonna
right,
spend most of their time here.
right,
So if I open up one next door, you still gonna have your customers, and I'm gonna have mine. So, but the thing is, one thing that needs to stop in certain industries, especially the cigar industry, is competition. You can't be competitive. You know what I mean? If I open a cigar brand, if I start a cigar brand, you're not gonna say, "Oh man, I can't mess with you no more. You got a cigar brand." You know what I mean? Because it's enough to go around.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I mean? I smoke a lot of different cigars. You know, because it's millions of them.
Right.
So that I mean, some people worry about the wrong things. You can't worry about that little competition in that area. It needs to be complement over competition. You know, you should help me out. You know, if why are you worried about where I'm opening up at?
Yeah.
You done
You
been here for 5, 6 years. What's the point? You know what I mean?
you should have a foundation. So check this out. The first Black Cigar Festival
Hmm.
uh in what was that? 19, I think, 2019, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
17 or
yeah,
19, I think it was 19. So the day before, that boy Howard had us meet up. Shout out to Howard. He had us to meet up and just to kind of go over, what it was gonna be like. He wanted, he already had his vision of how he wanted, but he, was asking our opinion on certain things.
yeah.
So when I got there, and I had been doing pop-ups, never did a cigar pop-up, like a cigar event,
Hmm.
and I seen all the different other cigar people that was there, and some of them had their own brand, some of them were selling. It was just cigar, stores that was there with their products.
Yeah,
Some of them was just cigar apparel, and some of them was just cigar. Hey, how you doing? Some of them was just cigar uh, accessories. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So in my mind, because I'm new, I felt like I was the newest one. I'm like, this this ain't gonna be able to look right, like, and we was gonna all be, it was like a U. We was all in like a
yeah,
U, just
yeah.
table back to table, table, table. Oh, this ain't good, man. I felt like I was the rookie of the whole bunch.
Right.
But the crazy thing about it is everybody left with bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody, homie. And then you was at the one in Dallas. You seen it was just a long row of tents. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And everybody got blessed. So like you said, it's different, man, because even though most people got their go-to, like you said, they got their go-to stick that they're gonna smoke, but
Hmm.
a lot of people gonna try new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Even though I got my own line, I still whenever I go to a lounge, I always buy other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I'm supporting them, and then two, I'm trying new stuff.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, man.
Because it's a million cigars out there, and if you only smoke yours, then your palate gets acclimated to yours, and you're not
Yep,
trying all these new other cigars. I mean, there are so many good cigars out there,
yep,
you know. And one thing that I love is the fact I love boutique brands over big name brands anyway, because boutique brands tend to put a lot more love in their cigars. You know what I mean?
yep,
They've worked for a very long time to get their cigars where they want them to be, and they take a lot of pride in their cigars. It's not to say that the larger brands don't take pride in their cigars, but it's once things go to mass productions, quality tends to dip.
right,
So I like boutique brands anyway because one, they put love in their cigars, and two, you can almost always get the owner.
yeah,
You can always get in contact with the owner, and you can always have a conversation with the owner. And knowing the owner, knowing a little bit of their story makes the cigars that much better.
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. I
So
had
what's next? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
just real quick. I want to say a couple of weeks ago I was at a market and I did it Saturday and Sunday the same way. It was the one on West Time we had.
Hmm.
A dude came and he got a torch, right? So
Hmm.
I don't fill my torches up until I sell them because I have to ship. Sometimes I ship them and I can't ship them butane.
Right.
So so I filled it up for him, and then later on that evening, before I had left the market, he sent me a text. He sent me a text saying that it wasn't working. He said, "Hey, bro, this torch I got." He said, "I got a couple of cigars in the torch from you. yesterday or first time. He said, man, it's not working. He said, man, you think swap it out for? So I texted him back and I said, hey, I'm still here. If you can make it back over here before 5 o'clock, I'll swap it out for you. I said, if not, I'll be back here tomorrow and you can meet me here tomorrow and we can look at it, right? So he didn't show up before 5. By the time I got home, I hadn't heard from him, right? So I texted him again and I said, hey, I said, you can adjust the flame at the bottom. Did you try that? Make sure you try to adjust the flame at the bottom. Or maybe when I, put the butane in it, maybe I didn't fill it all the way up. I don't know, because I couldn't.
Right.
It was like he got one like this, and I couldn't see.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. You can't see the reservoir.
Right. So he didn't hit back. So Sunday when I showed up, I hit him again. Sunday morning, I said, hey man, I'm out here. If you want to come by, bring the torch, let me check it out. You know what I'm saying? If it's actually broken, I got it. And he didn't respond. So my assumption is he didn't respond because he probably just needed to turn it up at the bottom. And maybe
Right.
felt, silly for even saying that it was broken. But yeah. But that's like it goes back to that customer service we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
That plays a big part when there's an issue. You got an issue, and being able to contact somebody about your issue to try to get that situation resolved, especially if it was hard to bridge.
Exactly. And that also goes back to what I was saying about boutique brands and getting the owner. Like most of the boutique brands, like for you to say that he texts you, he texts you, which is the owner. You know what I mean? He didn't call the company and get a recording and press 1 for English and press 1 if you did this and then press 2 for this. He got in contact with you. That's huge because it makes a huge difference when you can get in contact with the guy. You know what I mean? The person that is in charge of it all. Like if I had a problem with excuse me, I'm from New Orleans. I'm going way back to New Orleans. I said Cox Cable. With Xfinity or Comcast, and I call Comcast, I gotta press 1 and wait, and then I gotta talk to somebody who's sitting in their house who really don't care what I got to say, and then I got to argue with them, or I got to yell at the phone and say representative 30 times. If I was able to get in contact with the guy who owns Xfinity,
Right.
that'd be a lot. Hey man, something wrong with my internet. Oh, I'll be out there to check it out. You know what I mean? So that's why I like boutique brands, because you can get in contact with the people, the person or people at the top, and hey, I had an issue, or hey, I love your cigars. Man, I love that feedback. You know what I mean? And then build relationships like that, So I love the customer service aspect. The last few people I've had on here have had awesome customer service. And customer service is huge, like we've been saying, because if you have horrible customer service, you definitely, don't need to be in business. Period.
True.
So what's next for Don Cierto Cigars?
Well, hopefully it's that lounge I was talking about. As of right now, I'm just steady trying to get in more and more shops. Overall, open up the lounge. And I've been thinking about like what type, which route I want to go. But I think I want to go old school, traditional, where it's just a lounge, not with it's some music, background music down low, really just like just a screen, but just really just everybody sitting around congregating with music. Ain't no bar, it's just BYOB, man. I have a setup for you, so that's what I really want.
Yeah, man, that's one thing I got to say. I love a good lounge where it's just a lounge. You know what I mean? Granted, if go in the spot, they got bars, live music, DJs. That's great. That's great. It has its place. But if you don't, but sometimes you just want to go where you can just have a conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? You might
Right.
have some jazz or something playing in the background, but you can have a conversation with somebody, and you get to hear pieces of their story and tell them a little bit about you and things like that. I love those.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere you ain't got to be yelling to the person next to you enjoying your conversation. Music's so
Right,
loud.
right, right. Um, you can just enjoy the conversation and you can just learn,
What's up,
converse, things like that. That's what it's all about.
man? Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, man. Look, I appreciate you accepting my invite.
For sure. We
This
were
is
supposed to do this like
another
back in
great conversation.
for sure, my bad. We were supposed to do this back in October when you first
Yeah,
reached out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It was my little mama's birthday coming up that weekend. And you was like, just
yeah.
go and take care of your business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
man. But we here, we got it done, and it was a great conversation. You know, people got to hear a little about Carlos Resino, the owner of Don Cierto Cigars. Um, before we get up out of here, man, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you.
So, three places. So you can online at uh, Don Cierto Cigars. That's CIERTO. Don Cierto Cigars. .com. You can follow me on IG, Facebook, same name, DONCIERTO Cigars. And right now I'm in a few spots. If anybody listen to East Texas, I'm in Nacogdoches Cigar Company out in East Texas, Nacogdoches. And seat out off of Main Street, right behind Reliant. I'm in the Edo District on Navigation and Bottled Wine and Spirit. My boy Corey, shout out to Corey. Um, yeah, yeah, trying to keep pushing and growing from there, man.
Yeah, man, that's great. Y'all
Or
go pick up Don Cierto Cigars.
I was gonna say one more thing real quick, homie. I know we've been on it for a minute. Uh,
Go ahead.
or if you got your own lounge, and I didn't call out your lounge where you frequent, uh, just go in there and start asking for them. Start asking for Don Cierto Cigars. You know what I'm saying? That'll make my job a little bit easier when I go. They'll be like, yeah, man, they've been, my customers been asking about you.
Yeah.
Do that. And just so y'all know, I got to get my plug in. I do private events and I do custom labels. So if y'all got something special going on, wedding, newborn, or birthday, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, graduate, whatever it is, you want your custom design on the label, I can do that. We do everything.
That's what it is. Everything. One stop shop. Not
Mm-hmm.
to mention they have amazing cigars.
Yes,
So
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
definitely need Don Cierto cigars in your humidor. Definitely add them to your collection. Go and pick them up. DonCiertoCigars.com. Don Cierto Cigars on Instagram. Like you said, ask for him in your local shop. Make sure that they know he out there and that they reach out to him to get them cigars in there because y'all been asking for them. This has been the Herfador. I'm Ray True Life. Carlos Resino of Don Cierto Cigars. I appreciate each and every one of y'all spending some time with us. Y'all have a great night.
So